The internet today feels familiar, safe, predictable, mapped out. But if you were online before algorithm-polished feeds and corporate sanitization, you remember a very different world. Back then, the internet wasn't a tool. It was a place. A vast, dimly lit hallway full of locked doors, and occasionally one would open. Most people stayed on YouTube, Newgrounds, or early forums. But the curious, the ones hungry for the unknown, wandered deeper. And what they found became the foundation of digital horror as we know it. These videos had a feeling, like you weren't supposed to be watching, like you'd stumbled onto a tape left behind by someone who didn't expect to be found. They were confusing, disturbing, and worst of all, intentional. A human mind created them, and somehow that made it scarier. But that era is fading, and with the rise of AI, it might disappear completely. Not because AI is evil, but because AI gives us the perfect excuse to dismiss anything strange. Looks weird? Must be AI. Unsettling? Probably AI. Mysterious? Yeah, definitely AI. And when everything feels explained, mystery dies. So before that magic evaporates, let's revisit the legends, the videos that haunted an entire generation, and the reactions they sparked when people first encountered them. I Feel Fantastic, the android that shouldn't exist. Back in 2009, a video surfaced simply titled, I Feel Fantastic, no thumbnail, no context, just a mannequin named Tara the android, standing stiffly in a living room, repeating the same line in a hollow synthetic voice. At first, it felt like an art project, but the more you watched, the more your nerves started to tighten. Then came the outdoor shot, a clip of Tara lying in grass, followed by a camera panning toward a wooded hill. And that one moment exploded into a full-blown internet horror myth. Forums across 4chan, Reddit, and early creepypasta sites began circulating a story that the creator, John Bergeron, had murdered a woman and built Tara as a robotic replacement. The outdoor shot, they said, was where the body was buried. People searched for Bergeron, for Tara, for any sign of the project. A website appeared and then vanished. Accounts went silent. Everything disappeared except the video. Eventually, Bergeron resurfaced years later to say it was all just robotics experimentation. But by then it didn't matter. The legend had replaced the truth. The lost Penhurst footage, horror without trying. The next legend to infect early YouTube was the Penhurst found footage. No screaming, no monsters, just a shaky camera cutting through an abandoned asylum. Penhurst State School was a real place. A notoriously abusive institution shut down in 1987. That history became part of the video's terror. Explorers whispered as they moved through broken hallways. Their flashlights barely cut through the dark. There was no soundtrack, no editing, just long, uncomfortable silence. People argued for years whether the footage was real. Some believed the explorers disappeared afterward. No evidence ever surfaced. The original uploads evaporated. Only low-res re-uploads remain, each claiming to be the real one. That's the power of early internet horror. The absence of answers was the horror. SuicideMouse.ave, Disney's biggest nightmare. Then there's SuicideMouse.avi, a story whispered through forums long before it ever hit YouTube. According to legend, a Disney archivist found an old reel. Mickey Mouse walking endlessly down a looping street. The buildings slowly distort. The audio degrades into a mechanical drone. Mickey's face twists into something between agony and ecstasy. And at the end, a scream. Human, not animated. The creepypasta claimed the archivist took his own life after watching the full version. Of course, none of this is documented. But no one cared. People made recreations, each one slightly different. And because there was no official version, every version felt like it could be real. That's something I will never recreate. The feeling that someone human, someone disturbed, made this. Blank Room Soup, the most personal terror. Then came Blank Room Soup, one of the most infamous videos ever uploaded. A man sobbing at a table, a bowl of soup in front of him, Two large mascot figures stand beside him, gently patting his back as if comforting him. No context, no explanation, no reason. The costumes were later linked to a performance group called Ray Ray, who confirmed their suits were stolen around the time the footage appeared. That tiny detail poured gasoline on the fire. People claimed the man was being forced to eat someone he knew, that the Ray Ray performers had been replaced, that the footage was real. The video never answered anything. It still hasn't, and that's why it's unforgettable. The McGrady tape, a new mystery in a post-mystery world. Recently, a new story appeared on TikTok, the McGrady tapes, a blank VHS left outside a Blockbuster in the early 2000s. Inside, 40 minutes of footage from the floor of a bathroom stall, a face staring upward from below. Police were said to investigate. A cadaver dog reportedly reacted to the tape. The internet erupted. But unlike early mysteries, this one had a quick ending. It was traced to a 2016 prank video using a mannequin head. The story was fake. The vibe wasn't. And the fact that people wanted to believe shows how hungry we are for the kind of mysteries we used to find everywhere online. The human factor. All of these videos, I Feel Fantastic, Penhurst, Suicide Mouse, Blank Room Soup, had one unifying element. A human being made them. A person wrote the script, built the mask, posed the mannequin, stood behind the camera, and pressed record. Even when the content was absurd, eerie, or disturbing, you knew someone chose to make it that way. That's why these mysteries stayed with us. But today, we're entering an era where anything strange is instantly dismissed as AI. And when everything can be explained in one sentence, the unknown fades away. The internet becomes brighter, safer, and less magical. Those old mysteries felt like urban legends passed around a digital campfire. They were forbidden, confusing, frightening, and somehow beautiful. And even now, the feeling of stumbling onto a video you weren't meant to see still hits something deep inside us. Because mystery isn't about being scared. It's about confronting the unknown. And the unknown is disappearing. For now, we still have these legends. And maybe, if we're lucky, there are still a few doors left unopened. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.